got me to thinking again.
What's that?
I told you about letting the brother think.
Oh yeah. Damn. That one even talks to you.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to shut up. What do I hear?
There? The news
No,
in the
it's
back?
the news. And that really needs to tip down. I hope it doesn't.
Okay, come on. You can go out. Come on.
Why don't you sit down there again? I don't have a video. I need a video card for this one now.
You do?
Yeah.
I think I may have one in that bowl in there.
In the bowl, huh?
Well, yeah.
Let me sit there. Take a look at that. What does that look like to you? Does that look like it's a bad angle?
I like that. I like that. We're gonna move some stuff in the back of it, but I like that.
And do you want me to bring
I'll do it like this.
you don't want me to bring that Rainmaker thing in the back for the back, do you?
I don't know where we'd hang it. That would be the only
Oh,
problem.
it has its own stand.
Oh, it really? It does?
It has a stand that it would stand in that corner or stand in that corner or it can stand anywhere you want it to stand.
I like that. I like that, yes.
Then I might have to scoot down then.
You have to scoot down.
Yeah, I must have to scoot now. I'll have to go and run
So,
to the house.
so you go, where's your appointment?
My appointment is over by Angeles,
Oh, that's good.
up in Clear Lake.
That's good. That's a good one.
Oh, I wasn't going back in the city, I'm going to tell you that. I never thought for 1 minute that we'd be with Sakowitz till 11 o'clock was when I left there.
Wow. He gave up a lot of time.
At least 10:30. It was at least, he may have left at 10:30 and I went to a restroom. But it was 11 o'clock when I think I called you.
Are
Are you recording?
oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's very cool. I'm just
Checking 1, 2.
It's got all of that.
It was interesting him asking the question,
Let me sit
how
next
would
to you.
how would I define a Rainmaker?
Yeah.
How would you define a Rainmaker?
Me? Pretty much the same. But you know, I think my scope, I know my scope, is broader than that because I think everybody in the company needs to be a Rainmaker. In some shape, form, or fashion. You're
Well-
not going. You might not drag it into the house.
Uh-huh.
You might identify it.
Uh-huh.
You might just be aware of it, or you might know somebody else that's aware of it. But you need the training. You need the training because you need to know when you spot it.
And I guess
And
I don't totally disagree with that, but here's the mindset. I have that same posture. I put it this way. Everyone in the organization should have their antennas up for potential revenue. Some people, and that's where I differentiate it by saying there are 3 types of Rainmakers. There's that.
I did hear you say that.
There's the traditional Rainmaker where you have someone within the organization that brings in revenue, like yourself.
Yeah.
But then you also have what I call the tee-up Rainmaker. This isn't a person who can say, okay, this is that hunter that says there's the lion over there, and then sends you to go kill the lion.
Yeah.
The tee-up Rainmaker is one who will identify potential clients that have the needs that we can satisfy, or the challenge that we can satisfy.
Exactly.
And we'll say, hey Frank, so-and-so has this challenge. Can you go and take care of that? I'll open the door, I'll introduce you to them, but the fact that I have my antennas up to know what challenges are that we satisfy, so that I know what my customers have, my customers' challenges are, I can tell if there's a marriage.
Very good. And I thought of an example.
Okay.
The admin staff on every job I've ever had would always be good people to identify what they did. And I would always ask them, well, what's your brother do? Who's he doing for? How long has he been doing that? You know, can I meet your brother? And it would always, I tell you, at least 2 or 3 a year would come that way. And
2 or 3 new pieces of business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's business number one. I didn't have to hunt for.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have to. I didn't have to spend any money on. And it endeared me to the admin person. So whatever she was doing, when she ran into that same situation again, she'd call me in the field. Frank, can you call this person back? I think they could use it. Now she understood.
Well,
and then you get into that. And that, I mean, that's, to me, that's the greatest sale ever.
well,
You know, and here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. That admin person, I break off a little piece of something.
oh, you have to.
You know.
You have to.
Hey, baby, you know, had one, name was Donna. Donna was single mother, 2 children, had what did she have? She had a child with Down syndrome. She introduced me to her cousin. Her cousin turned into a piece of business. I called her, and it was a nice little piece of business. Over the period of about a year, it was going to make me about $10,000 over the year. So I wrote her a check for $250. That ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. Come to find out, the day I wrote her the check, she needed $250 to put her daughter in a track club that she'd been trying to get her into, and they finally accepted it, but it was an interest fee of $250. And I gave it to her, worked just like that.
Oh, man. And I bet you.
And then she went back and told her cousin
Exactly.
what I had done. Oh, he kept sending me business.
There you go.
He kept sending me business.
You know, let me tell you the other thing that does.
What's that?
It raises the antennas of everyone else in the organization, because she's going to tell everybody else,
Yeah.
hey, if you help tee this up,
Yeah. Yeah.
he may cut you off a piece.
Exactly.
Because he really appreciates it. When
And
you
then
do that.
so they start looking for things. Is this an opportunity? Nah, that really doesn't fit what we do. But I appreciate it. Keep telling me when you think those things are opportunities. I'm telling you, every job I've ever had, I got extra business by doing that. The people in the organization, the lady that would put my proposals together.
Gotcha.
She didn't even understand what she was doing until I sat her down and explained it to her. All of a sudden, she got a relative that can use, or a cousin, or a boyfriend, or, you know, one of them kind of things. So everybody in the organization are rainmakers.
Well, put that to encapsulate that. I said there's 3 types of rainmakers. There's the rainmaker like you.
Yeah.
There's the Mr. Mims, that
Yeah,
key
get
rainmaker
paid
tradition
to do
to go
this.
in and bring business in. Then you have the tee-up rainmaker, the Donna that you shared.
Absolutely.
There's a 3rd rainmaker. The 3rd rainmaker, especially with professional services and banks, is a critical rainmaker, because somebody has to be taking good care of the clients on a daily basis. Because if you're not doing, some rainmakers are just caregivers where they take good care of the clients, so that the clients that are coming in the front door aren't going out the back door, because you're so focused on the ones coming in the front door. The people, and I call that the backdoor rainmaker. If I focus on taking good, some people you have in your organization who are not sales oriented are customer oriented and nurturing to your existing clients. And it's like, hey, Sherry takes good care of me. And I really appreciate the fact that you allow her to be my key contact, so that I know I'm taken care of. Because if somebody doesn't have your back door, you have people running out that back door while you're looking out the front window, hoping clients come in.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? I never identified them as rainmakers.
Well, and I guess I call them rainmakers because it's needed. I'm gonna go with it.
Let me give you this. It's a good analogy, and here's why. That's the cheapest piece of business you'll ever get.
True.
Keeping what you got, it's kind of like having, a wife, and you see something else that you want, and you go out and get another one. You should have kept that cheap wife because you already have it.
Now you just went from preaching to meddling. You just went to meddling right there.
I'm telling you, you think it's better? You should have kept the one you had. So those customers that you already have in house, but I mean, Sackwood said it today. You got to identify those and make sure that you want to keep them too.
Absolutely. I will. In terms of that tee-up Rainmaker, very much like Donna. Again, West Coast, working with the client, and convince the client to just let everybody in the firm know that we're looking at expanding our businesses. I had one practice that was starting new and fresh, and the managing partner for that segment basically shared with us, we are looking for new businesses, and share this is what we do, this is the skill set that we have, and we help organizations do ABC. Well, one of the administrative persons, like you were talking about, said, wow, that sounds like something my dad needs. Went and told her dad. Her dad came in and interviewed with the partner, and they got a huge piece of business. It was like $350,000 in revenue. They gave 10% of a finder's fee to that secretary, which they would have never known if they didn't say everybody in the company has the capability of being a rainmaker. Not a rainmaker, but at least capability of bringing revenue if we keep our antennas up to look for it.
And it happens all the time. But in the reverse, those companies that don't adopt a culture like that, those are the companies that suffer and struggle. Those are the companies that are not open. I'll give you another one.
Okay.
Companies that do not see salespeople on a consistent basis are just like the order prevention department. To me, if you're not seeing I'm not saying you got to keep an office full, but you gotta keep abreast of what's new and what's going on out there that might be able to help you. How do you do that and manage your time too, and be a rainmaker? Because that's part of being a rainmaker, understanding what's new, and understanding the technology out there. Because when it gets old, it gets old.
Because I do think people have a tendency to fall into their shell. They get into their shell. They're almost robotic in terms of focusing on what are the things that I do on a day-to-day basis. And I'll tell you something else. Many organizations, and I'll use that lady that I was just talking about, when they told her, it's like, why didn't you just bring your dad to us earlier? Well, I always hear people talk about how busy we are. I didn't think he wanted more business.
Isn't that a culture?
The message here is,
a culture?
Just because you're busy, don't complain about being busy. Because your people, just like your customers, think you're too busy to want more business. And I don't think any of us have gotten to that space yet.
That's pretty good.